Okay. Hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever. Good something. Hello. I'm Tiffany. Welcome to my quilting life. Today we are going to make another Halloween project. Yeah, I'm going to do another one. I'm just kind of trying to use up all the Halloween fabric.
Pretty much.
Because next year I'll probably have more. And why not use all of what I have now? You get where I'm going here? Yeah, it's just the whole Halloween thing. All right, let's see who is here real quick. Oh my goodness, you guys have been in here forever. Sharon, Lil, I'm just going to say Lil before I ruin that. Robin, Donna, Denise, Karen, Ellen, Joyce, Ann, John, Carol, Tony, Mickey, Caroline, Betty, Lynn, Sandra, another Karen, and so many more. Oh my goodness, you guys are just hanging out there in the chat, chit-chatting away about anything and everything. All right, so I may have chopped up all my fabric, well, at least the most of it, starting with the project that I'm still filming. Yes, I'm still filming a project, although the project part is done. It's not quilted. I just need to film the last of the video and then edit it, you know, because that's what I got to do. That was like a 16-hour quilt. I never take 16 hours on a quilt, but it just took me forever because I've been suffering through it all. Anyways, in that process, I cut myself a little too many squares. But then I decided to cut more. And then I decided to cut more. Oh, and I cut more again. Here is a stack of 307. Don't ask why it's an oddball amount. But there's 307 6-inch squares here of like 15 different prints that are Halloween themed. And then leftover fabric from the video that I have yet to produce. I had a bunch of rectangles left of 2.5-inch strips. So I chopped it all down into 2.5-inch squares. Well, I didn't have every color that I used in it. So this is just what I had left. So I just cut those up because I don't think I'm going to need a whole heck of a lot. But I'm going to have fun taking these and turning them into 9 patches with these 2.5-inch squares by snowballing corners. That's what we're going to do. We're going to snowball corners. I mean, seriously, it's going to be that easy. Except we want the squares, these little guys, to land 4 being the same. So then the next square should have 4 that are the same, the next 4 square, you know what I mean? So we have to strategically place everything 1 block at a time. I mean, you can chain piece if you're using one of the same fabric, but I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different fabrics. There's only a couple pieces of the one, so it's not really going to get spread out. But the goal is to make 9 patches that look like this. Scott will hold it up to the camera so that you can see my simple, easy drawing. That's what we're going to do. See how easy that is? So what I need to choose is, because I have 307 of these, no matter what I do, I'm going to have a remainder. My thing is, if I make 5 9 patches, that makes 15 6-inch squares across, but they finish at 5.5 inches, okay? So I can do 15 across by 18 down. So that's 5 9 patches by 6 9 patches down. That will yield me an 82.5 by 99-inch Halloween quilt. Or, here's the or I can cut some more of these and do 18 across by 18 down, which I would need 324, so I would need to cut more pieces. And that would give me a 99 by 99 quilt. And one more or I can make 3 separate quilts that are 10 across by 10 down, which is 100 squares there's 307 here. So it's 100 squares per quilt, and that would be 3 quilts that are 55-inch by 55-inch. Which should I go with? A 15 by 18, sew it all up, be done with it. 3 small 55-inch lap quilts, or should I cut some more squares and make a giant 99 by 99 king size quilt that won't even fit on this wall? What do you think? I'm gonna wait 2 seconds and I'm gonna go with what I think I'm gonna do.
Why don't you tell them what's on the wall?
And while I'm waiting for you guys to help me make this decision, I made this on Thursday. This was the first Halloween project for the month of October. Remember, I said we're doing 4 Halloween projects. One was this past Thursday for Breakfast at Tiffany. So if you want to learn how to make that, that was on Thursday. Then obviously this will be today's, and then the video will be the next thing. And then after that, there'll be one more to use up all of my Halloween fabric in 4 quilts. All right, let's see. I'm going to scroll and see. We got
it's either 3 or the real big one. They're always saying go big or go home, or else the 3.
Bigger is better. Go big, king size. 3. There's a lot of the 3s though. I could do 2 lap size also, where I can do more than a 10 across by 10 down. Let's see. 3 small ones would allow me to sell 2 and keep 1. I don't need to keep any. I've said this and I'm going to say it again. I'm really not into holiday fabric. Halloween, Christmas, Easter. I'm not into it. I mean, I love the holidays, but I don't really like the fabric. I mean, it's cool and all with skulls and crossbones and blah, blah, blah for Halloween and bats and things like that, but not really my thing. I know you'd think it was because I'm tattooed and weird, but no, it's not. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know.
What was your original plan?
My original plan was to do 15 across by 18 down and make an 82 by 99 quilt, which with borders would be a queen size quilt.
Because there's a lot of the big and a lot of the 3. It's hard to tell. I'm not counting them all.
I think there's a lot in here that are saying make 2 also. I think I'm going to go with my own idea with this, which is the 15 by 18. I know I asked for you guys' opinion and I stuck with what I really wanted to do, which is hopefully use up all these squares. So I'm going to have Scott tilt the camera down so that you guys can watch. I'm going to set this aside because this is just my throw it pile. I'm going to show you how to make these 9 patches. It should be very simple. I'm going to take that pin out of there so that I don't lose it, since I tend to lose things.
How big are the squares?
The squares are 6 inches. So we're going to take 9 squares like this. They're just 9 random squares. It's all Halloween themed, so it really doesn't matter where or how I place them. Obviously, they're all facing me. This fabric, some of it's directional, so I'm going to piece this quilt directionally. Okay? All right. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose, let me just kind of go like this with these guys, or else this will take forever unstacking them and restacking them every time. Okay, so now I'm going to take, let's say I use this one right here. The best thread for quilting is 40 weight. For piecing, I say 50 weight. I'm going to take 4 matching squares right here and put them and snowball them into this corner right here. So this will be 4 matching squares like this. Okay, like that and like that and like that. Then I'm going to take 4 different ones here, here, there, and there. And then 4 more different ones. Ooh, I don't know if I want that color there because that one is that color. I'm really just like making things up, you know, as we go here. That, and that. And then these 2 here. And then a purple here. Come on. There. There. And there. So these are 6-inch squares, the big ones, and the little ones are 2.5-inch squares. So now we're going to sew it, which you can see the machine. So I'm going to snowball each of these corners. And I really can't get them out of order now because now if I put them back together, they'll all be in the same spot. So I'm going to snowball. If I could sew with thread. Where's thread? Thread is right here. I literally rolled a bunch of bobbins before starting. So because I ran out of bobbins during my making of my video. It's like, oh man, now I got to roll bobbins.
You can sew with thread. I like that. You gotta sew.
So
with
here,
thread.
this one has 2 corners to sew. So I'm just snowballing the corners, sewing from edge to edge or corner to corner. And I'm literally, what's the word for it? Just using my seam tape, which is a miracle to have. You need it. Everybody needs it. Are you kidding me? What is wrong with you today, machine? That was a really long tail, too. It's not happy with me today. It says, I don't want to sew. I did oil the machine like, less than an hour ago. So maybe that's what's happening. I don't know.
Are you doing anything with the cutoffs from the snowball?
Yes, that is the next project, is all the cutoffs, because I have a ton from the other project. Snip those big long threads away. Let's do this one because it's just one corner. Let's do this one because it's just 2 corners. This is very, very beginner friendly, to say the least. This is a super easy thing to do. And it's little squares onto the big squares. So technically it's not really hard, you're just adding little squares onto your big squares. Which makes hopefully a very effective but easy quilt to make. Right now I'm just doing all 4 corners of this centerpiece. And one more on here. Place that back right there. Let's do 2 on here. Also, RIP to another iron today.
The Black & Decker.
The Black & Decker that I just recently got has taken a dump into the trash can. It literally will not get hot. The heating element has broken. Yep. So just so you know, if you sew and make quilts as much as me, your irons die faster. And I have RIP'd so many irons now.
That's 2 this year.
That's 2 this year, yeah. And it's a good thing Scott found one in somebody's garbage recently because, I needed a backup in here. I mean, I do have one out at the long arm and one in my fabric room. So, I do have spare irons, but the one out at the long arm is a Panasonic cordless, and I like it out there for when I press the quilt backs while on the long arm. And then, or any kind of pressing while on the long arm. And then I do have another Panasonic cordless in here somewhere. I don't know where exactly it is, but it doesn't really stay hot. It gets hot, but doesn't stay hot long once it's disconnected. And then I have another cheapy, doesn't steam iron in the fabric room. I'm going to have one of those days today. I guess I'm just going to clip tails instead of using the cutter. I oiled all that down in there today. That's what I get for oiling. I'm just going to do long tails. I hate doing this, but one more. Right? Did I do those both? Yes, I did. Woohoo! Okay. Once that is done, then I'm going to take and move this so that I don't start cutting the wrong things.
One lady said you need your own iron graveyard.
Yes. You know, I probably, at this point, if I would have kept every single broken iron, we could have made a statue out of irons so far.
We could have.
And put it out for Halloween.
We could have.
The dead irons. It would have been funny. So now I'm keeping these little cutoffs. Okay? Yep, that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to stick them right here at the machine. Just like this. Where's the, I can't see. I'm going blind. I'm going blind. One. And I'm going to sew these cutoffs while I'm at it. I might just use them as leaders and enders, honestly, at the moment.
One lady said you could have built an Iron Man.
Yeah, I could have built an Iron Man for sure.
An Iron Man.
I've probably lost about 10 irons since I've been on YouTube. Like, I literally go through so many irons. It's crazy. So I'm going to actually take all the extra time to do all this extra work for the next project. I don't want to have to sew them later. I was doing it while I was filming. Okay, hold on. That's going to go that way. Brain fart. All right, those two. This one only has one. This is probably going to take me a while to make this quilt too, because, you know, I have to make them one block at a time to make sure everything lands where I want it to land, because I don't want it to be messy. All right, while that's there, can you turn the iron on and press all this for me? I'll be able to just press them out.
If you could get only 2 rulers for quilting, what 2 rulers would you get?
If I can get 2 rulers for quilting, I would get a Quilter Select an 8.5 by 8.5 inch, and then I would get any brand or Quilter Select. The Quilter Select one is 8.5 by 24 inches. All right. So I'm going to run these through the machine real quick while he gets a hot iron.
Some of these have 4 and some of these have 1.
Huh?
Some of these have
Yep.
2.
Yep. And I'll be able to put it right back into order.
Okay.
So after every block, I'm just going to sew this lovely chain and throw it on the floor with the rest of them, because I have a whole, oh my goodness, stay on there. I have a whole stack of them right here. Lovely, isn't it? That part doesn't take long at all. Oh, okay. I could do it right now. Let's pull them out. Come here, Mr. Foot. Come here, Mr. Foot. Here's Mr. Foot.
Try not to fall apart at the seams.
That's nutty.
These patterns are cut above.
I love this thing. I I even press it when it's not Halloween.
I'm going to sew your little heart out.
It makes me laugh every time.
Be careful. The sewing machine will leave you in stitches. Try not to fall apart at the seams.
It went through every one. And this was from a fan, by the way.
Yeah, you got it last year, right?
Yep, I got it last year, and it's my little shelf buddy where I can press the button whenever I feel like it. Because it does have an on and off sensor, and if I turn the sensor on, every time I walk in here, it would make me laugh. So, you know, I just kind of leave that off. All right, let me puzzle these where they go. Let's see, this guy was like over here probably. Oh, he was, yeah, whatever. This one goes there. Let's see. This one was a purple, so that means this one went here. This one's a purple and that. This one is that. This one was here, and this one goes like this. So now I'm going to sew it together like a 9-patch. So I'm going to take this, that, and this, and I'm going to sew them together. Oops, let's move that. We
Ready
don't.
for me to iron, Ma?
Not yet. But I am going to give myself a 1/4-inch seam allowance with my little thingamabobber, because if not, I will not sew properly.
When does this cord get put in?
Where does what?
When does this cord get hot at?
Down at the plug.
Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye on it.
And this one. I'm totally not nesting these seams. I'm letting them sit on top of each other. I usually don't do that, but he pressed them all the same way, and I wasn't about to confuse him with, hey, press this one this way, this one this way.
Oh, was I supposed to press them all different?
Yeah, it's okay. I didn't tell you to, so we're good. I'm making a giant quilt anyway, so like it's really gonna matter. And if they don't match up, oh well, guess what? I don't care about that either. And lastly, this. Right. Press that this way, that away, this way. I'm literally just pressing those seams out, those seams in, these out, those in. Stack them together. And I'm just using my finger for now to finger press. I'm not pinning or anything. There's no need. This is just making a 9-patch. Just gonna line up where I finger pressed, if I can find it right there. And then I'm gonna smush it away like this. See, this allows those big fabrics to be seen better, you know, because there's a lot of big prints. You can do this for Christmas, you can do this for Easter, you can do this for fall, you can do it for whatever season. Just, you know, because there's a lot of prints that have big giant prints. You can also do this with scraps. Like I cut 6-inch squares as part of my scraps. So this could be done with 6-inch scrap squares. Oh my goodness. I hate when there's a long thread. All right, I'm gonna press this real quick and then we'll start on another.
Did you do this quilt with 9 different fabrics?
Yep.
Small squares to the snowball?
Yep, you can do this with as many, you can even do it with bigger size squares. You could do it with whatever you wish. Why? Because it's really easy. So if you want to use 10-inch squares, I would up the size of your, like mine, I'm using 6 with 2.5-inch squares. But if you want to do like a 10-inch square, I would up the size of the snowballed square to like 3 or 3.5 inches. This one just doesn't automatically steam. You have to press the button for it to steam.
Yeah, well, it was in someone's front yard for how many days?
Yep.
It wasn't in their trash.
All right, here, I'm going to face it towards you. See? Now I created a whole different block. But look, it's like a pumpkin in the middle, right? See where I'm going here? All right, I'm going to put this on the wall behind me because I have nowhere else to keep it. And now I'm going to make another one. Let's use some of the ones I haven't used yet. What else does it I not use? I used that one already. Ooh, we haven't used this guy. There's a lot of those, so I'm going to try to use those up. We haven't used one of those yet. Or my sparkly ghosts. Let's use one of those. They're in no particular order, by the way. All right, so if it's directional, I'm going to make sure they're directional first. This one and this one are. The ghosts are not, or are they? I have no idea. It doesn't look like it. All right. I'm going to put corner here, here. Oh, I don't know. This one's purple. Let's put these on this corner instead because that one's purple. This one here. There's 2 right here. And we'll put the orange polka dot. No, is that too contrasty? Not contrasty enough. I also have to watch for the contrast, you know. 3, 4, and then I already used that one, but we can use this one. My ombre dots or sparkle or whatever these ombre one is called. So my square is going to ombre, but we're going to actually make it seem more lighter, darker. All right, and then one more. We'll do this one because I haven't done this one yet. Like I said, I don't really have an equal amount of these left. And if I have to cut more, I have this fabric left and this fabric left and that fabric left. The rest of them, I do not. I used it all already. All right, here we go. Sewing them all on here. I'm just going to chain piece everything somehow, some way. That one only needed 1. I'm going to do all the ones that need just 1 corner first. This just needs 1 corner. This just needs 1 corner. All right, my 1 corners are done. Let's do the 2s. I'm just going to leave a tail and then connect the other one. Why not? Grab another. Grab another. More of the 2s. Oops, that goes in that corner. Don't want to lose the corners they go in because then I will be confused. And we don't want to be confused. Nobody likes a confused Tiffany. I make no sense when I'm confused. right, now for the 4 corners. Here we go. Well, I'm really making a tangly mess here. All right. Now, snippety, snippety, snip, 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 snip. Now to cut away excess. Place them up there. And every time I sew these, it'll be while Scott is pressing the pieces. Makes it work, right? Get twice as done, just as fast. I better snippety snip on these too, because they stay folded like that. That one had a long enough tail. This one does not.
What are you doing for the cutoffs?
The cutoffs are going to be project number 4, which I'll eventually get to before Halloween, because this project may take 2 videos, this one. Oops. Wait, never mind. Just do it. Oops. Nope, gotta take that off first. I do not recommend, for those that are beginners, leaving on snowballed corners. That adds too much bulk. And if you're making half square triangles, I also do not recommend you keep your dog ears in your quilt. Make sure you clip those off too if you're making something that has those, you know, because that also adds
Did we use
to.
up these ghosties?
Yes.
Good.
Yep, there's none of that fabric left.
Good. Ghosties are gone.
I think. I'm pretty sure I cut it all up. All right. Now I'm just going to sew these through in no particular order. My little snowballed corners are 2.5 inch. The little things I'm adding. These squares are 2.5 inch. My bigger squares are 6 inch. All right, I'm gonna place that over there. Lay this back out the way it was. Okay, I'm gonna assume that this was a bottom piece because it only has one. Let's see, this one is probably right there.
Middle.
This one is the middle. Oh, can you repress that, please?
Yeah, what?
It's folded out. That one goes there. This one goes here. This one goes here.
Are you sewing on the short side?
I am sewing, when I'm sewing these together, is that what they're asking? That one was here. And this last one goes there. No.
Are you sewing on the short side?
Yes. So when I'm sewing these together, I'm sewing to make hourglasses. One, I'm going in at the point. The next one, I'm going in at the flat. Going in at the point, next one is flat. So when I open these up and press them, there will be hourglass blocks. But I'm going to be mixing, this project's going to get another fabric to blend in. So yeah, however many I get, it'll be very Halloween-y. All right, 9 patch time. Everything was in order. Yep, and yep.
What size are the small cutoff units?
The small cutoff that you cut off of a 2.5 inch square should be 2 inch. I'll get a 2-inch finished hourglass out of those. I think. Yeah, 2 inch. 2.25 inch. Somewhere around there. All right. In, out, in. And this one. In, out, in, stack, sew. Nesting my seams. Except for the triangles. I really didn't line those up, but that's okay. Or the snowball corners, whatever you want to call it. Okay, good.
The cord's not hot at all. Anyway. Plug her in.
All right, then press this real quick. They're big blocks, so they press really easily. There's nothing to fuss about. It means you're adding a corner. You're snowballing it. That's what it's called. Don't ask me why. Whoever came up with that term, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's because of this. If you snowball your corners, you create a ball. Get it? You're snowballing your corners. That's what I'm assuming it means. There is block number dos. See? Only 500 bazillion more to go. Yay. All right, let's do this again. I'm going to have repeats, obviously, because there's a bunch of these. Wow, how did I have all those in the top? Maybe I should have made piles of each of them so I could have an equal amount. Have I done a double Irish chain? No, but I've done several single Irish chains. Ooh, we got to put black cats.
Oh, I like the black cat.
I already got the pumpkins. I already got that guy. I already got that guy. I already just did that one. I already did witches, but we're going to put witches right here. And there's more of that darn pumpkin. Wow, I really cut those bats up. I must have had way more bats then. I'm literally going to just make piles now on the table because
I could do that for you. Well,
yeah, because this is, I'm going to keep grabbing the same stuff over and over again. If not, hold on, I'm trying to find something. This one will do. All right. There you go. Just bring it all up there and you can make piles up there.
yay! I get to help.
I like mixed it all together originally. All right, here we go. Let's do purple on this corner this time.
I don't know if you have enough room on this desk for all of these. How
I probably don't.
many different ones are there? Do we know?
I like 10, 12 or 13 different fabrics. Maybe 14 different fabrics. Ooh, let's use the star in this corner. This corner. This is what you call snowballing. So you add it to the corner and then you stitch from side to side. From corner to corner.
Are you thinking of sashing the blocks?
Am I thinking of sashing them? No, I was just going to hook them directly together, but without these. These I was just putting on the inner side. All right, which one haven't I used yet? I've used all of them so far, I think. So we can put this guy right here. And then this one right here, because I haven't used my little eyeballs. It's at least that's what they look like. They're not really eyeballs, though. But I pulled them from my shelf as a filler fabric for the other quilt, and well, there wasn't very many left of these, but I'm going to start using them. All right, now to sew all these on. So I'm snowballing the corners, sewing one corner to the other.
Yeah, that's like running out of desk, and you still have more.
Well, you can always go this way with them while I move this stuff this way. Like this. I'll move all this way, and then you have more room.
Okay, can we move that?
Mm-hmm.
And then
All right, grab another one. Grab another one. And yes, I'm chain piecing them now. I'm figuring it out. This one will be the one that has to be disconnected, I think, though. This one creates a circle. Where'd my snips go? There they are.
I don't know. Yeah, we're covering the whole table here. Look at this.
Was there that many different fabrics? Oh, wow, there was.
So far,
Yeah.
most of them only have one or two. I've got a whole bunch of. Just because I'm not very far into the pile. Frankenstein has the most.
That and bats.
For the bats. Oh, the orange
The
bats,
orange
yes.
bats have a lot.
Oh, yep. Here's another new one. Pile of this one.
It's there. You go. Go some more right there.
Well, I'll make one small one. Orange bats and Frankenstein.
He's gonna make piles for me so that I can equally spread these guys out because there's a lot of repeats, and I'm gonna keep having them in blocks, which is, you know, always the thing that happens when you introduce repeats to your quilts. All right, snippity snip. That it? Yep, that was it. Nine blocks. 9 blocks.
Definitely 9.
Not yet. I have to cut off my excess, which is under here. You can wait. You can just keep going. It's always nice to have a husband do the leg work right here, you know, on the side. Separating me piles.
Are you cutting ends off? Because this one still has silver.
Oh no, that can stay on there. That won't matter. It'll be within this. It will be within the seam allowance.
Okay. And you have another new one, polka dots.
Yep, which is already one of those.
You got 3 in a row of polka dots. Right, you got. And another new one, the skulls.
Told you there's quite a bit of different fabrics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 different fabrics so far is what I've used. Here you go. While I sew these, you can iron those.
Ooh. Iron away.
Oops, that way. So I'm putting them in the machine like this. So they go in like this, from the point down to the center, from the center down to the point. I didn't feel like making little itty bitty half square triangles with all this, so I'm making the hourglasses, but I'm putting them in sets of 2, so that I just snip them apart in sets of 2, and then I'm going to press everything. I'm going to make it easy on myself and just press everything. It's probably why my irons die, because, you know, I press and press and press with them.
You use them.
I use my irons a lot. I am an ironaholic.
And there's little froggies on the blue fabric.
There's little froggies on the blue one. Yes, little froggies and witches' hats with little spiders and stars. Yep. And then some of these glow. This one glows. This one is like not glowing, but it's like when you tilt it, it's different colors. And then Frankenstein glows. What other one glows? I think that's it.
Those guys glow.
Yeah, these guys glow. Frankenstein glows, and that's it. Oh, I think the dots on this one
Don't
glow.
the white ghosts glow?
The white ghosts don't really glow per se. They're just seeable. I think the little white dots on this glow. I'm not sure. Do, 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 do.
Are you waiting on me? Sorry, I'm trying to read because I've been putting all this. So I didn't read any. Because I've been.
All right, let's put this back in the order of which I laid them out. Okay, that one would be here. This one would be here. This is obviously my center. That one goes there. This one will be here, there, and there. Woohoo! All right, 9 patch time. Place that there and that there for now. Give myself a 1/4 inch seam allowance again. Why? Because I keep having to move the magnet out of the way. I wish I could sew a 1/4 inch and actually, you know, be good at it. But man, let me tell you, I cannot do it for the life of me.
have a
As long as I can equally space everything out somehow, some way throughout this giant quilt I'm making. Kind of glad I chose to do one giant quilt instead of a bunch of little quilts, because that way I can use up all the fabric at once. And then I don't have to see it anymore. I mean, I still have other Halloween stuff too. I probably should have done it last year or this year. I should have put those projects together, but I haven't even thought what to do with it because they contain panels. And making up patterns around panels is kind of the only one that I struggle with. So I started watching a new TV show because I finished watching Younger. If you guys want to keep up with my TV show watching, Younger was a really good show. I liked it. Normally I don't like little short comedy episodes, you know, like they're funny and, you know, they have a lot of life and blah, blah, blah in them. Anyways, normally I don't like stuff like that. I like medical stuff, but I started a new one that I really didn't think I would like, called Highlander.
No,
And
it's called Outlander.
Outlander, sorry.
Highlander's a
Yeah,
totally different TV show.
Outlander, sorry.
Hey, I used to watch
They're in the
Highlander when I was
Highlands.
young.
They're in the Highlands is why. Anywho, I started watching, what is it again?
Another new one.
What is it called?
Outlander.
Outlander. Now it's about a woman who travels back in time and now is like making things up as she goes in time to prove that she's not a spy, because everyone thinks she's a spy, you know, because she's just randomly a smart, very vocal woman, which they aren't in the time period that she went back into time for. Women weren't very open about what they talked about and stuff and knowledgeable.
Oh,
Sorry,
Planet?
I do these ones, yeah. But so far, I'm already addicted to it, and I'm only like 6 episodes in.
See, I got another new one. You don't have
Yep.
kitty cats?
Yeah, I've already used them twice.
Okay. Well, maybe that's why I didn't have that file.
Oh, that was the seam. I felt like it was sticking the wrong way. But so far, I'm loving it. So if you guys watch it too, then you'll be watching the same stuff as me.
This one has a red line through it.
Oh, I didn't even see that. That's probably where it's been folded. It was
Yeah,
donated fabric,
the
so it was
sign.
probably folded under a window. Here's the next block. Doo-doo-doo. Let's put that somewhere over here. I'm not really gonna put them together like that. Okay, which ones have I not used yet? I have not used this. I have not used this. I have not used the skulls. No, I have. I haven't used this one. So we'll have.
Oh, I thought these were all skulls. They got a black cat in between. Ah.
Set that there.
Have you used the black kitty cats? What about orange polka dots?
I have used black kitty cats. I have not used orange polka dots. I'm gonna put orange. It's kind of hard to put orange in the corner because my fabric.
There's so much orange in these, yeah.
That's what it's like right here.
Have you used this? Yeah, you used that cat.
I have not used this yet. No, I have. Oh well, we're gonna use it anyway. Right here. And then we're going to use these guys in the center this time. Actually, yeah, right there, that's fine. And then little spiders. And then ghosties. Right there.
Creepy pumpkins. Yes, yeah.
And
Creepy pumpkins.
let's use another one of these guys. So we have orange in all four corners. That means I can't use the orange ones, but I can use purple, 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 purple. And then I can use ombre. Sides together. Then I can use this one.
Use the ghosties? Oh, you have.
Yep. More. Probably going to run out of 2.5-inch squares before anything. And then
You could
the
cut these
black
up into
polka
2.5-inch squares. Maybe that could get rid of this red line in it. That's what I was thinking. Cut it off here. And then this side is too skinny to be used for anything on the other side of the red line. But you're
we'll
gonna
see the farther I get.
have to cut that red line
All
off.
right, now to sew all these on. Oops. Oops. Now all of my pieces are just like falling. How is that happening? I didn't do it. I swear. Okay, come on. Line up. I didn't even realize to see if anybody's been watching that show with me or not.
A
If
lot of them
anybody,
have.
I've watched it.
Yes. Some
Some says it gets better as it goes. Ooh. Yeah, normally I don't watch stuff like that at all, whatsoever. I'm like, but apparently I like it and didn't know it, you know? Because don't knock it till I watch it. I'm going to save that one that has all four corners for last because
use some pillowcases to go with your quilts.
I have made pillowcases to go with quilts when so say someone comes to me and says, Tiffany, can you make a quilt? How much? Blah, blah, blah. And I tell them how much and I make a quilt. Those ones I will make pillowcases and or what is it called? There's a word. What are the ones that go in front of the regular pillowcases that are more decorative? What are those called? Shams, pillow shams. Woo! Word.
I would not have gotten there.
So I have made pillow cases and pillow shams. Pillow cases usually from the backing fabric and pillow shams from whatever the block is or whatever. I have done that. But when I film for a video and all these quilts that I make, no, I don't make any matching bed stuff. And 90% of the time I'm using scraps or whatever's left of something. So there's not enough to make matching anything. These are just utility quilts, if that's the word you want, you know? They're to be used instead of hoarded in a closet. But yeah, I've done it for clients for start to finish quilt projects, but I don't do it on any of these. I could for this quilt because I still have a little bit of fabric left. A little bit. Not a lot, but enough to, you know, make matching pillow shams if I wanted to. But honestly, I don't want to. I mean, this is already a lot of Halloween just for one quilt.
After all these Halloween projects, you're going to be Halloweened out.
Yeah, I'm going to be Halloweened out. So the next holiday, I'm not going to want to make anything. So I'm definitely, you know, got to save my energy for Christmas. Because I have so many things that are Christmas themed that I need to sew up. Starting with that one with the candy canes.
One with candy cane.
Yep, I got one that has a candy cane pattern that I'm gonna make this year. And I matched up some fabric to go with it because it didn't come with it. I like some of the fabric came with it, but not all.
I want to see you use the Grinch.
Yeah, and I got a Grinch fabric that I have yet to make something with.
Tell them your husband
That's
bugs
been
you every
he
year.
bugs me every year. It's been literally sitting on a shelf for a very long time.
It's the cartoon Grinch, and
Yeah,
we
the
like
cartoon
the cartoon Grinch.
Yep, so this year I'm hoping to make something out of it.
The new one, the new movie cartoon Grinch.
Yep. All right.
And it is awesome fabric.
Cut these off.
I think this one's now the front runner on the lowest. At least. That and these.
You know, if I start running low, though, I could cut these. I have 307 of these, and I only need 15 times 18. How many was that? I don't remember. I don't have my calculator. Whatever 15 times 18 is. Those are big numbers. I can't do that in my head.
Calculator. Hold on.
They're probably already saying it in the chat.
I don't know. I haven't been reading the chat. I'm organizing.
Yeah, he's organizing, not reading the chat. He can't multitask. Once I give him something to do, that's what he does.
15 times what?
18.
270.
270 pieces. So yeah, I should have some left over if I need to cut them down for the centers because there's not enough, you know. Oops, I only cut one of those. Cut the second one.
Well, after you have me iron that, I think I'm going to take a break and read some of the chat because I have enough here. And everyone except for the orange splat and these orange polka dots. It's the only one that's running low. The others, you got plenty here.
All right, here's a whole stack to iron while I sew these.
What are you doing now? Why don't you tell them what you got today?
What did I get today?
Your ticket?
Oh, I already said that months ago.
Oh.
All right.
I didn't know that.
Next. Oh, waiting for the pieces. That's what I'm nexting. Haha. I guess I could start pre-laying out the next one.
Sorry, there. I got 2 more left.
3. And let's see what else. What else? Cats.
Did you cut the edge of that one off?
Huh? What?
The edge, the point. There's no point.
Oh, that don't matter. I'm not worried about that. All right, without laying this out, let's see if I can put it together. No, I cannot. I must lay it out. This one was right here, probably. Because that's the direction it is. This one was probably right there. This one is probably right there. Yeah, that would be the place. This one was probably there. There. Ta-da. Ta-da. And there and there. All right. Sew these together. Get out of my way stuff. Okay, let's try to do this without marking because I'm tired of moving the magnet back and forth.
One lady says your hair looks shiny and pretty.
My hair looks shiny and pretty. That's because I took a shower and washed my hair today. Today was a hair washing day.
Whoa, you got a shower.
Yep, I took a shower.
Took a shower, folks.
You know, because I haven't done that all month. No, I'm just kidding. If today was the first, I could say I hadn't done it all month because that would make sense, you know, that since yesterday. But it's not. I only wash my hair every couple days, and then the other times I shower without washing my hair. I usually tie it up, and it's still somehow, I don't know how, it gets wet. No matter what I do, I tie my hair up, and it still gets wet in the shower. That's because Scott needs the shower head way up high, and I need it low. So when I go to get in, the shower head's way up high, and I still get my hair wet. I try not to because there's leave-in conditioner in my hair. And it's like wasting it if, you know, if it rinses right back out again. But no matter what I do, my hair gets wet. Okay, I think I did pretty good on my 1/4 inch seam. Oh, it's not the same as the rest of the blocks. Oh well, because guess what? I don't care. Have you ever met a quilter like me who just doesn't care as long as everything comes together? I don't have excess bulk, and everything is pressed properly. Those are my things that I care about. No excess bulk. Everything lays flat.
Can you say happy birthday to Diane? She's 78.
Happy birthday to Diane. Happy birthday, Diane. 78. Wow. I don't look forward to being older like some of you are older than me. I don't look forward to it. I already hurt enough and I feel like I'm 90. So I can only imagine what being in my 70s is going to feel like already. Like, sorry, don't mean to like bust it on age or anything, but that's how I feel. Yet I'm only this year, how old am I this year? 45 this year. Woohoo! I'm considered middle-aged because I don't think I'm going to live past 80. I say that all the time, which is probably true. Although my grandpa is past 80 now, so people in my family do live past 80. But the rest of them did not so far.
Oh, nope, something hasn't come on.
Nope, Thumper hasn't come on. He hasn't even come out of wherever he's hiding today.
He's sleeping.
He's sleeping. He's being a crazy, sleepy kitty, like always. Oh, no. Is there like a button to have heavy steam? My goodness.
I don't know. It was free in someone's front yard. What do you want me to say?
Here's another block. Ta-da!
Oh, that is cool.
I'm glad that the purples that I chose initially for the other project are not the same as the purple that's in the big pieces because it allows you to see. Oh, let's put this block right here because right now we're just like laying them randomly up on the wall. All right, the next is this one. Let's use this purple for these corners. Then let's use the splat for this corner. I have more splat. I can cut more splat and just put more splat in this quilt because I do have more.
You don't
of
need
this.
to use this splat. You got a zillion others.
Yeah.
Look at all these. This isn't even halfway gone through.
Orange polka dot.
Right?
Yeah.
Just because your splat's the low one, you have all these others.
And this one. And this
Oh, look, here's another orange polka dot. So see, that one was pretty low, but there's another one there. Frankenstein is leading the pack. Him and
Yeah,
these
Frankenstein
bats.
had a lot of fabric. And I even took some out for that project too, which is so weird because I
Frankenstein.
had already started on the other project, cut some for this project, and then this project had Frankenstein fabric, and I still have about 6 inches of
His pile
Frankenstein
is
fabric left.
visibly bigger. You can tell. He's by
Yeah.
far the leader.
All right, let's get all these sewn on here.
Okay, should we do
Yeah, sure.
before that's too covered?
All righty, so we're going to start an auction. Today's auction will be this lovely table runner that I made on Thursday for breakfast at Tiffany's. So bidding always starts, what does it start at now, 10? 15. It starts at 15 because of shipping. That's right, because shipping went up. Bidding starts at $15. Have fun with it until whatever, and then we call it, if you're in the United States, it's free shipping to you. And then if you're outside the United States, you pay your own shipping. There you go. Have fun. Bid away. And he'll bring it up close so that you can see more of it. And it glows in the dark. Well, parts and pieces of it glow in the dark. I didn't say everything glows in the dark, but a lot of it does because I used matching fabric. So weird. I got one fabric from one person many, many years ago, another fabric from somewhere else, and then another one from some, and they ended up matching. Look at that.
Oh, look, right on top of the black. So see, there you go. There's another one.
It was old. The whole entire thing was done on this machine. There was no long arm quilting involved on that. So that one is sit down, not free motion. It's just using stitch in the ditch. So it's lightly, super lightly quilted.
Tell him the back is
The back is just shark's teeth and then a little bit of the ghost print that's in the centers from the front side. So there's really no quilting to show off because it's just stitch in a ditch.
somewhere 35.
It's at 35 so far. And I didn't put a tag on it, but if you want it, I can sign it for you with a date. Because I've noticed that a lot of you out there, when you get things from me, that you want them signed.
And that's 47 by 18.
47 by 18. That's how big it is. Sorry, we probably should have known that in advance, but you know we never pay attention to that until we literally come on the live stream. Then we measure. I don't even remember if I told them on Thursday how big it really was. Probably did at the end, like I always do. now that I'm making all this, I'm starting to think maybe I should do 3 different quilts.
You can?
Because, like, this is just going to take me forever. I've been working so slowly lately. It's crazy. Usually I'm, like, super speedy. But if you guys would believe it, I'm on the slow side. Dealing with issues does not make this any fun for me at the same time as it is that I'm not speedy. No. Oh yeah, we also bought me a new cutting mat. I just haven't put it in here yet. So I'm going to put the new one in here, place this one in the fabric room where I cut fabric in there because that one's like trashed. And then I will have a new cutting mat. I'll change out my blade too while I'm at it, just so that everything is nice and fresh. But I'm not starting it now because there's a lot of cutting going on and it's all right here in this spot. And that's where I tend to like ruin these cutting mats, is all my trimming. All in the same spot. But yeah, got another one. Just gotta wait a few days for the plastic smell to go away. I don't know if you guys know, when you buy a new cutting mat, sometimes
Yes, it has
they
a smell.
stink. The Alpha one I bought years and years ago, that one stunk too, like really bad. But this new one, it kind of smelled like rotting meat at the same time as it smelled like plastic. It was the weirdest thing. We had it in the car and it made the car stink. So
It
it's
smelled like rotting meat. It smelled like rubber and plastic.
rubber and plastic, but yeah, it had this rotting meat smell to me. Could have just been the store. I don't know. I think that doesn't help that I'm sewing project number 4 all at the same time.
Am I ironing these?
Yes.
46, I believe.
Hmm?
Or $46.
It's at 46 so far. If you needed a verbal confirmation.
I'm not looking at chat for that.
All right. Lay out another one. I think I had a polka dot in that one, but we're going to put the polka dot in the center of this one. I'm going to grab this guy with some kitty cats, with some of this, one of these, with a ghost. That's a lot of black in this one. Maybe the black should be in the 4 corners.
Yeah, this iron didn't stop steaming.
Yep. Where am I
Maybe I
at?
need to put more water in it?
Probably. Can I have those little green cats?
These guys?
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. There we go. That should be.
Yeah, all you have over here is the skulls and the cats, okay?
Yep. And just because there's a big one, we're going to put a little one in here.
I'm gonna put a little water in here and see what's going on with this thing. Oh, we're at $47.
No, that's not. Let's see. That one orange enough? No.
Maybe.
Oh, what is it? What did you say?
47.
47. Is that 47? Can't use black. I'm going to have to use purple. That's just the only way about it. Purple. 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 I'll use
Still not steaming. I don't know what its problem is.
It's an iron that doesn't like me because all the irons I've ever owned do not like me in my ways. Oh, look at this. I'm going to be left with just one single square of this.
Maybe this is why it was left out in the free pile.
Because it doesn't steam.
What was
when
steaming all this time?
It steamed and then stopped steaming. All right, and then
Just randomly stop. That's funny.
no, ombre fabric. Ombre fabric. There we go. All right, now to sew all these on.
Spritzing working. Does that help, buddy?
Spritzing it? No, I don't know. It does not really. Not for pressing seams back. I don't use spritz with water to press the seam back. That just makes it gushy and it wants to bow the fabric. No, I push it back with the heat and then steam it. We ran out of bobbin, but that's okay. I rolled like 10 bobbins.
Gave up.
Woohoo! Already rolled bobbins.
I don't know where you want the done.
Just set them right there for a moment.
The table's filled with.
I got 2 going at the same time this time. All right, ran out thread right here. Turn it, sew it.
Can old cutting mats be trimmed down so you can put them on a tray to use in front of you of the TV stand?
You can cut old cutting mats and turn them into whatever you want. I knew somebody that turned them into iron press mats. She'd cut out, the 18 to whatever size, which would be half or whatever, and she'd make little iron press mats from them. All she'd used was hot glue gun and a wood piece, and then covered the wood piece with like a foam and batting, and made those.
Can we use one of your old ones as a drip thing for the scooter?
Yeah, one of the old ones is Scott's scooter, or our scooter. We have a scooter, but Scott uses it pretty much 90% of the time. He has a little scooter because they're legal on the streets here. And what is it called part that leaks? The front forks part, just like on a motorcycle, the things that have the springs on it, the forks, those leak. So one of these mats is on the ground as a catch-all the leak.
It really doesn't very well when it's insanely hot. The rest of the year it's fine.
Yep. So it's the leak catcher. Another one is behind my door. That one I use when I cut batting, like when I'm using batting to make stuffing for something. It's my chop it all up batting stuffing cutter. And then the previous one goes in the other room for the cutting mat in there. And then the one that's in there will just either go in the trash or switch out for his leaky thing, his leak catcher. None of our cars leak, so we don't need any under our cars. But they work great under cars or trucks, SUVs. Just take your old cutting mat and throw it under there, and there you go, in your garage. And you don't have it leaking on your garage floor. And you also don't got to buy one of those expensive plastic things that they sell for under your cars. Smart, right? Think smarter, not harder. But yeah, if you cut fabric for, or cut batting all the time for dog beds and stuff, I recommend just using your older mat to do that. And that's what I do. So I don't stuff dog beds. I stuff other stuff like pillows. We have a bunch of couch pillows, and when they get low, I restuff them. Or bean bags. When they get low, I restuff them. Of course, one I don't, because Thumper likes it low. He's so weird. Weird cat.
We're 47. I haven't moved in a while.
To whom?
Pieces together.
47 at Piece Together. You guys got a few seconds more. It's at 47, and then I'm going to call it. As soon as I finish cutting all these up.
You clean your mats?
I do clean the mats. Yep. I wash them. I scrub them with an eraser before I wash them to get anything out. But don't do as much super cleaning on them anymore because now we're at that point. And Scott had agreed with me that honestly, it's just cheaper for me because this is two-sided. So I use one side and then I use the other side. And then once it's used up, there is no sense in trying to get all these cracks and crevices clean. I just get a new one. Because these mats are $36, the ones that I get. And I get pretty much a half a year out of each mat, huh? Because then I get the full year of putting it in the other room.
Are you going to snowball the corners between the blocks?
Am I going to snowball the corners between the blocks? Nope. And if I run out of these snowball-y things, I'm actually probably going to just put these randomly and then fill it in with 9 patches, you know? I don't know. We'll see in a minute where I'm at.
What are you going to make with your cutoffs?
I'm going to make a thing that
Another
involves
project.
being called another project. I'm sewing them together into hourglasses. And then from hourglasses, I don't know what I'll do with them. I just know I'm going to make another project. And its base will be hourglass blocks. All right, who are we at? What was the person? Thank you, Marilyn. That's great. Who was I at on the
Just wait.
the thingamabobber?
I don't know. Just wait. Hurt me. 15 seconds.
All right, now to lay this one back out.
Okay, pieced together was at $47.
Pieced together at 47 going once. Pieced together at 47 going twice. Sold to Pieced Together. Please shoot us an email at tiffanysquiltinglife@yahoo.com to let us know your address and how you would like to pay. Either Zelle, which is free, Venmo is free, and PayPal costs money. This one goes here. This one was here, probably. Yep. That one was there. This was there, and this was there. Look at that! Yay! Sew it together.
I will take that off.
And he's going to go ahead and take that off the wall and put the camera back down where it was. But yeah, I think these are just going to have to end up being whatever's, and then I'll fill the rest in with regular squares because for some reason it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough of these little squares to go all the way around everything. But you never know, since I'm only putting them within the 9 patch. What?
I didn't know you laid more over
Oh, yeah. Okay. In, out,
You could border it with the 9 patches.
in. Yeah, I could. We'll see what comes of this, because, you know, it might change my mind halfway through. Like I do with everything else.
Anyone that's watched your channel.
Yeah,
knows
anybody
you are
that watches
online.
me has known that I change my mind more than you could imagine. Definitely do not feel like I have been sewing a 1/4 inch seam, though. I'm not so good at that. That's okay. I will keep moving forward.
Tell me you get your mat at Walmart.
Oh, I get my mat at Walmart. We go to Walmart for it.
Yep, $36.
It's $36 at Walmart. And it's the same price online, right? And they deliver it in a flat thingamabobber, like a long flat thing. Because we've done delivery and we've also picked it up in store, which is what we did because we went to Walmart yesterday. And to the Veterans Thrift Store, where I got myself a long sleeve shirt towards the winter time because it's coming up and I needed long sleeve. And also, I got myself a pair of pajama shorts because they really didn't have much that I was interested in.
Well, it was quite sparse.
Yeah, it was sparse. The shelves and the hangers, it wasn't as full as it normally is over at the Veterans Thrift. But we definitely choose to shop there over the big store, which is Goodwill. We choose to shop at Veterans Thrift now because all the money goes towards veterans. They help veterans, and then they also donate medical supplies to veterans and their families in need, which is a plus because not very many places do that anymore. They also work with hospice for donating medical supplies as well. Fiskars, yes, is the mat. It's a Fiskars. Mine is the 24 by 36 mat. That's what I prefer. They do sell the 19 by
We sell smaller ones,
24-inch one.
but for the price, we get the big one.
Yeah, for the price, I get the big one, though. And I have a bigger desk anyway, so the big one works perfect for me. It solves all of my needs.
What do you mean? Do they have a website you can order from? It's Walmart.
Yeah,
Walmart.com.
you can order from Walmart.com. Yes, that's the website for Walmart to get And if you're talking about the Veterans Thrift, no, you cannot order online. It's one of those things you got to go in person. But there are Veterans Thrifts across the country. How I know this is because I had to Google their hours once, and I got like 50 bazillion Veterans Thrift stores come up on my Google search. I was like, which one is the one in Havasu called? Most of them have a Facebook page too, so you can also like keep track of things
Yeah, ours
on their
has a Facebook
Facebook page, because ours has a Facebook page. So I'm assuming that most of them do, you know, they have an online presence too. But you can't order anything. I don't think they're going to ship, you know, used furniture across the states or
Yeah,
anything
shipping will
like
cost
that.
more than
Shipping,
this stuff.
yeah, shipping would cost more than the used thrifted items. All right, another block down. All right, let's start. Let's see. I don't know if I could fit 5 across this wall, but we're gonna put a couple across real quick to see where we're at and what we're gonna do with what we're at. Oh, those two are exactly the same. Don't put them next to each other. They are the same. It's hard to get these combinations. Yeah, I'm only gonna fit 4 across. Put that guy there. And this one here. All right.
Do you like the yellow color on the ruler you are using?
Do I like the green color?
Well, she says yellow. Tell her it's green.
It's actually green. The color on camera it probably looks yellow, but I do like these rulers. These are my go-tos, and they are so messed up. I've had these. This one I got in the beginning. This one I got, I don't know, 3 months into sewing. I've had them forever. They get scratched out. I had this one. I have a second one because the whole corner is chipped off of it, but I put it in my fabric room instead because it's still usable. It's not completely broken yet, and it's still a straight edge. But I like these. They're my go-tos. I prefer my Quilter Select. Problem is with the Quilter Select, if I'm in a hurry and I'm just trying to trim my blocks, unfortunately, the Quilter Select rulers don't allow me to do that in a hurry because they stick to the fabric. They're more for trimming the whole block, not for quick cutoffs, you know? All right. Do. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is.
Are they Missouri Star?
Yes, they're Missouri Star. Those are the Missouri Star rulers. Okay, wait, nope. Duh. That goes there, that goes there. The whole entire thing went this way. Because those kitty cats are directional. All right, here we go. Sew these together. Yeah, I like them as my go-to quick cut and, you know, quick cut. But I do use, surprisingly, even though I have favorite rulers, I do use all my brands. I have Quilter Select rulers, I have Fiskar rulers, I have Missouri Star rulers, and I have OmniGrid and OmniGrip. I have all those brands. And guess what? I use them all because all of them are different sizes. Like my OmniGrip ones are my 10.5 and 12.5 inch square. Then I have an OmniGrid 15-inch square, or 15.5. No, I think it's 15. Exactly 15. Then I have Fiskars that's 6-inch by 24 inches, but I also have an 8.5, 6.5, and a 4.5. Then my Quilter Select, I have the 8.5 by 24.5, which comes great for cutting like 10-inch squares and stuff. But I also have an 8.5 and a 6.5 of that. And then I'm trying to think. I have, is that all the brands I said? Yeah. And then I have a bunch of 6.5, 4.5 of OmniGrip and OmniGrid, which they're totally different. They're the same, but they're different. OmniGrid is the ones that have like a bunch of lines all in a row in one section. I don't like it. They're very confusing. So I only use it because it's a 4.5 inch square, you know? Also, I do got to say this out loud. When I was a beginner, I did not know this until I was into quilting more. All the different rulers, if you line them up on top of each other, like this, and you put that next one on top of it, and you square them up, these two are the same brand. The markings are in the same spot. But I bet you take an OmniGrid ruler and a Quilter Select ruler, and you lay them on top of each other, it is literally going to be a hair off on every single marking. If you lay a specific ruler on a Fiskars cutting mat, you're going to notice they are not going to line up exactly the same. Look, I am literally a hair off. It does not match. So if you're going to make a project, always use the same brand ruler throughout that whole entire project. So if you're using something that has 8.5 inch squares, use your Quilters Select 8.5 inch the whole entire time. Use that brand, the Quilter Select. Why? Because they don't all match up. And I was going to do a video on that, but someone else beat me to it that I watched a couple years back. I was like, I realized it on my own, and I was like, wow, this piece is bigger than that piece. And then it's just a hair bigger, but I literally cut a bunch of pieces, and some were almost 1/8 of an inch bigger from one ruler to another. So not all brands are marked exactly the same. They may get to the same amount of number, but they're not always the same, which is so very weird. Trust me. It weirded me out at first because I was making something and the ruler did not match the same size as the other ruler. I was like, what's going on here? They're rulers. They should be the same. They're not. I've laid the Fiskars cutting mat next to my Olfa cutting mat, the green one, and the markings are in the different spots too. Yeah, very weird, right? So when you're making a project, stick to the same ruler throughout that project. That way all of your pieces are cut exactly the same. And you don't have any whatever, because all those 1/8 of an inch cuts that are off make a difference. Come on, there we go. Yeah, it took me a long time before I realized that, and I was holding the rulers on top of each other. I was like, what? This is so weird. And some of you probably already realized that. But beginners just know that, yeah, not all brands are created equal. Kind of like 1/4 inch seams. I've gotten started projects from people with 1/4 inch seams already sewn in their started project, and then my 1/4 inch seam was bigger than their 1/4 inch seam, so my piece didn't match their piece. Makes sense? So not all the things on the thing match either. That's why I use my little handy dandy, put the thing in the hole, put the needle in the hole, and then measure my magnetic seam guide up to that. Then I always have that 1/4 inch seam every single time. Right now, I probably don't have that same 1/4 inch seam, but that's okay. It's almost the same. And I'm making a whatever project anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, tell them tape measures are like that too.
Tape measures are like that too. Yes,
Yeah,
we've had.
we've known that.
Yeah, we have a Home Depot brand one. Like we just got it as a little freebie, and then we have one that we actually bought that's a totally different brand. They're not in the same spot. None of the markings. Just like these, I have these little. Oh my goodness, dropping stuff. I have these little things right here, and I have about 4 of them. Guess what? All 4 of them are different, yet they're the same exact thing. Weird, right?
Yes.
But they're all different. Makes no sense. But it's just the way things are printed, I think, honestly. Oh, wow. I kind of like it that my points aren't matching. I think it gives it that kookiness that, you know, like cobwebs don't match, so my points don't match. Get it? They're not equal on both sides. Which kind of makes it all the more awesome. And I thought about going more complex with all my Halloween fabric, you know, doing something super complex, but, you know, you're just gonna have to wait for the video to come out. But I didn't want to make this a complex project. I wanted simple sewing. I did want less stress on myself and my body. I also don't want it to take 16 hours to sew up. All right, I press this one.
Oh, I unplugged it to see if it would work when we plugged it back in.
Ah.
You were ready. You should
Oh,
have
it's
said
still
something.
really hot too.
Well, I wanted to know if it would steam once we plugged it back in. Just maybe because it was plugged in too long that it stopped steaming?
Oh.
I don't know. I was testing it. It only steams for what? The first 20 minutes it's plugged in. See? It's steaming now. Why did it stop?
Steamy, steamy.
Unplugged and replugged in.
That's fine. It's not like we really want to sit here in all this excess heat that the iron makes in this room.
Yeah, but it's a pain in the butt to be constantly unplugging and replugging it.
All right, next block. Oh, I don't want two of those same ones next to each other. We'll put that there. You know, since this one hasn't been used, that one could go there. Oh, those are like really close to each other. All those white ones, those are close together. Yep. Nope, it's gonna have to be one of those things where I can make some plain 9 patches and not plain 9 patches. Look at all that color. I'm looking in the camera. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of color. Let's add another one. Let's do, can you pass me the skulls, please? Use this one in the center, this one in the bottom corner, the skull one in this corner, and then let's do trick or treat because we haven't had that yet in a while since the beginning. Right here, and then let's do this guy right here, and then let's do this one there, and one more. Ooh, let's do these cobwebs right here. Come on. Just one. Just one. I can't pick up just one. It's cobwebs. They just make a mess everywhere. You can't just grab the whole thing comes. All right, now let's do corners.
You're a goofball, my love.
Well, it's true. You start pulling on one part of the cobweb, the whole cobweb
You're
just
a
starts coming and
goofball.
making a disaster. And then you pick up all the whatever the spider's been hoarding on the side with it and everything, you know? All right, let's put this one right here.
I love you.
And then let's put white right here. And since this, oh, we already got that one. This purple. All right. There we go. Oh, let's do this. Why? Because I can. That's what I was doing in the first place. Yeah, Scott doesn't like the pumpkin fabric. This one, he says they creepy looking pumpkins.
They are.
They do kind of look a little Van Gogh.
They're creepy.
He says they're creepy looking. They're kind of weird looking, but hey, you know.
Them and your orange splat is then the black cat. The black cat's in the orange splat by far the lowest.
Yeah, the black cat fabric I didn't have a lot of. Well, it's in the other quilt, but not left over enough for this. Oh, you stupid. We're doing so good. And then I have to go and piece a different way, and then it messes everything up. Oh, come on. Alright.
I didn't notice these ghosties have a heart on their heart.
The ghosties have a heart on their heart?
They have
Yeah.
a heart right in their chest there.
They're Casper, the friendly ghost. He loves. Huh?
How many blocks are you doing?
5 times 6. If I do a 15 by 18 layout, which is 15, it would be 15 across, so 9 patches across, which makes the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, it makes 15 across by 18 down. So it'd be 9 patches across by 9 patches down, which is 30.
Yes.
Total 9 patches. Sorry, I couldn't do the math in my head that quick. My brain. All right, one more, then I'll trim all of the excess off. All right. Trimmy the excess. Oh, come on. Seriously? You stupid cutting mat. It's a good thing I got a new one. Just gotta put it in here.
Yeah, it's in the garage.
That with a new blade, I'll be working with butter. That'd be so nice.
Oh, look, you got another one of these. Did you already use that one up? This is by far the
Yep.
least amount.
Yeah, that was the least amount, but the rest of it's in the other quilt is why.
I know. I understand.
I don't think there was much of that fabric anyway in the beginning.
Well, you got more of your Tim Burton creepy pumpkins here.
Yep. All right, here, press these while I sew these. Oh, I forgot a corner. I was like, wait a second, I have an odd number here.
Ask them if they have any questions.
Does anybody have any questions or anything while I am still here? I have enough time for Scott to finish pressing all these and me to put this block together. Since I try not to run over 2 hours, although sometimes it ends up happening. That's not my fault. All right, that kitty goes there. Then this one was on this side. I think this one was on this side. This one was here. This one was right there. Oh wow, I am so covered in thread every time I'm in here. Thank you. Oh, haha. I was gonna say, what the heck am I doing there? Nope, nope, nope. Got it all matched now. I had a brain fart.
It's a puzzle quilt.
You know, if you wanted something by Halloween, this kind of quilt could be made by 1 block a day for like the month of September, and that way by October you're done. And you'll have it ready for setting out for Halloween on the back of your couch or on your bed or wherever it is you decorate for Halloween. I don't decorate though. I do for Christmas and only in here. I decorate this room. Oh, and it's already decorated for Halloween because my foot stays out all year long. Only because it's weird and exotic like me. All right, almost done with this block. And then after this, what I'll do before next week is get some more blocks sewn, but I won't put them together because I'm not sure exactly how everything's going to lay and stuff. So until then, I will just continue making blocks. Since I have to make them one at a time, you know. But that's okay. It'll allow me to evenly distribute all these fabrics. And figure out what I have enough for and what I don't have enough for. Okay. Any questions come through that I can answer? Okay. Get this block pressed real quick. Sorry, I'm making sure. I have an obsession with all my seams being flat going the way that I purposely made them go. Oh, what happened here?
Uh-oh, what?
It didn't sew.
Did it go sewing?
It was no sewing is what it was doing, not ghost sewing. It was no sewing. That was weird. Just in that corner. All right, let's put this up on the wall. And you know what, just because we're gonna shrink it down so we can get a general idea of what this is gonna look like. Here, I'll center it right here for you so that you can see. And I'll step away. I love it. So much color. Very Halloween-y, cheery Halloween-y. Is that a word? Halloween-y? That's probably what I should name it. The Halloween-y quilt. Alrighty.
Take them up and show them close.
Oh yeah, you can show them up close so they can see. I like it with not making the ones in between match. I like it. I mean, these ones could, but I really don't want to have to do that. I want it within the block, you know, instead of putting the 4 together and then making one, you know. I like it just within the block only. That's the idea I was going for. Yep, there's little black cats, haunted house, scary skeletons, random splatty stuff, little witches brewing, candy corns, little skeletons that glow, some ugly pumpkins, some crows, which aren't even, I don't even know if they were from a Halloween line, they were just crows. Some little froggies with witches' hats, some bats, some polka dots, some scared black cats, some boo trick-or-treat fabric, some like a yellowish orange colored cobweb and a regular orange colored cobweb and some green cobwebs with spiders and some Frankensteins and some more skeletons and some more ghosts. Man, there's just everything. Oh, and some skulls and crossbones.
And the ghosties have little hearts in them.
Yeah,
I
and the
didn't even
ghosties
notice
have
that
the little
until
hearts.
just now. Yeah, little ghosties.
I think I'm in love with my Halloween quilt. But no, I'm not going to keep it. I have too many quilts.
Way too many.
All right, there it is. So next week I will continue on. I will make some blocks between now and then and figure out where I'm at because I'm going to run out of my 2.5-inch squares. That's just a given. There's not very many. So I'll be able to figure out how many more of these bigger blocks that I need to cut down or if I can cut from my yardage that I still have to make the difference because I kind of want these within every 9 patch. You know what I mean? All right, that's it. That's all I got. I'm going to go. Thank you guys all for hanging out. I'm out. Bye. See ya. Laters, gators.
Good night, all.
Good night, my friends. Sleep well.